Oh my god, give me that Litten, give me that Litten! Sorry about that. Anyway, would you believe that after 2 whole videos covering Pokemon moves, and Pokemon that should or shouldn't learn them, there are even more cases of this happening in the games? Oh, you would believe. Well, in this video, I'm going to go over even more cases of Pokemon not being able to learn moves that they arguably should, or the opposite. Although, there's only going to be one case of Pokemon learning moves that they shouldn't, because it's a lot harder and more tedious to find and argue cases of Pokemon learning moves that it shouldn't as opposed to not learning moves that it should. But I hope you enjoy anyway, as a lot of these move learning cases are even more baffling than before. So with all that out of the way, here are 20 more cases of Pokemon movesets not exactly matching up with the Pokemon that does or doesn't learn them. Let's do this. Number 1. Gastly can't learn Poison Gas. Well, this is a great start, isn't it? So, in my first Pokemon with Confusing Types video, after suggesting that the Gastly land should be pure Ghost types, I of course got comments from people telling me that Gastly should be a Poison type, because it's basically a ball of poisonous gas. Gastly's Pearl entry says that Gastly is a Pokemon born from poison gases, and can even defeat large foes by enveloping them in gas. Anyone would faint if engulfed by its gaseous body, which contains poison. Its poison type is most likely a reference to poisonous or polluted gases. Then why the f*** can't it learn Poison Gas? A poisonous cloud of gas expelled to poison the target. Envelops foes in toxic gas. A cloud of poison gas is sprayed. Whose idea was it for the gas Pokemon to not be able to learn Poison Gas?
Sir, shouldn't we give, the Poison Gas Pokemon the move, Poison Gas?
No! Give the Fire Punch, and the Icy Punch, and the Electric Punch. All the punches!
But sir, it doesn't even have any hands.
I said...
Seriously, this is only the first one, and I already can't see it getting any worse than this. It can't get any worse. Can it? Number 2. Zapdos and Lugia can't learn Hurricane. So how come out of the legendary birds, the only one that doesn't get this move is the one that would benefit from having Hurricane the most? Hurricane, if you didn't know, is a powerful special flying move, with 110 base power, with a chance to confuse the opponent. But its only drawback is a pretty bad 70% accuracy. However, it can't miss in the rain. And which legendary bird benefits most in the rain? Moltres? Don't be stupid. It's Zapdos. It even learns Rain Dance. And so does Lugia. Hell, if Lugia can't learn Hurricane, then what the hell is it doing here in the Johto anime opening? I'm sure there are other Pokemon that would also make sense to be able to learn Hurricane, but Zapdos and Lugia in my opinion are definitely the most deserving. Number 3. Snover and Abomasnow can't learn Nature Power. You'd think that something that was based on nature would be able to learn the move Nature Power. It's mainly learnt by grass-type Pokemon. But what about the grass type that's basically a snowy tree? Well, Snover appears to be based on the winter radish, whereas Abomasnow is based on an evergreen tree, and they are ice types. So maybe they don't get nature power because some nature can end up dying if they're left too long out in the cold. But there are still many cases of nature not dying out in the cold, including Snover and Abomasnow. Number 4. Cytha can't learn Scratch. Oh boy. Cytha's dex entries go on about how it's able to cut through sharp objects. So you'd think that it'd at least be able to scratch something. Now I was actually considering not covering this one, as the descriptions for Scratch say that the user scratches with its sharp claws. However, Cytha not only has claws on its feet, but its sides have been classed as claws. Not only that, but Pawniard and Bisharp can also learn Scratch, and if they can scratch with their supposed claws, then I don't really see any reason for Cytha not being able to. Number 5. Chandelure can't learn Hypnosis. By waving the flames on its arms, it puts its foes into a hypnotic trance. A trance is a half-conscious state, seemingly between sleeping and waking up. Oh wow. I don't really understand why some Pokemon have dex entries that obviously reflect on a Pokemon move, especially when the Pokemon looks like it should be able to learn it in the first place. I mean, Chandelure is able to put its foes into a hypnotic trance, yet it can't learn Hypnosis. Weird. Number 6. Watchog can't learn Bullet Seed. Here's another misleading Pokédex entry. When they see an enemy, their tails stand high, and they spit the seeds of berries stored in their cheek pouches. Well, that would explain why Watchog's cheeks are always puffed up, but not why it can't learn Bullet Seed. Now you might argue that Watchog shouldn't be able to learn it because it won't always have seeds in its cheek pouches to spit out, but you could easily say that about some of the other Pokemon that are also able to learn Bullet Seed. Seriously, where are some of these Pokemon getting the seeds to spit? Watchog's dex entry at least says it keeps seeds in its mouth, and spits them at the opponent, so I'm definitely seeing it be able to learn the move where it spits seeds at the opponent. Number 7. Vaporeon can't learn any bubble moves. Vaporeon is the Bubble Jet Pokemon, and its entries for a couple of the Pokemon Ranger games states that it attacks using bubbles, yet it can't learn Bubble Beam or Bubble. It spits bubbles around itself that make Pokemon slowed. Guess what? Both Bubble and Bubble Beam have a 10% chance to lower the foe's speed. So why the hell can't it learn any bubble moves? Oh wait, it gets Bubble Beam as a TM in Gen 1. Gen 1! That doesn't count! It still has no other way to get any bubble moves, which honestly is pretty baffling to me. Number 8. Infernape can't learn Inferno. Inferno, Ape, Infernape. Now yes, I know the Japanese translation for Inferno is Purgatory, but come on, is there any good reason why Infernape shouldn't be able to learn a move where it attacks by engulfing the target in intense fire? Plus again, Inferno, Infernape? I mean, it'd be like if Typhlosion couldn't learn Explode. Oh, come on. It rubs its blazing fur together to cause huge explosions. Typhlosion is a combination of Typhoon and, well, what do you know? So yeah, Pokemon not being able to learn moves that are actually in the Pokemon's name definitely seems off. But thankfully I can say there isn't another case of this happening. There isn't any other Pokemon not being able to learn a move that's in its name. So let's continue. Number 9. Gabite can't learn... Why? Gabite can't learn Bite? In fact, none of the Gabite line get the move Bite. Okay, first off, look at these mouths, and then tell me that this line shouldn't be able to learn Bite. Secondly, look at their name origins. Nibble? Bite? Chomp? Yes, I know Garchomp can learn the move Crunch, but why not Bite? This doesn't make any sense. Moving on. Number 10. Liske can't learn Sunny Day. I think I would expect a Pokemon that evolved from a Sunstone that is classed as the Generator Pokemon to be able to learn the move Sunny Day. What makes it even worse is that in my last move video, I went on about how too many Pokemon were able to learn the move Sunny Day. Yet one of the few Pokemon that can't learn Sunny Day is a Pokemon that actually would make sense to be able to learn it. It can't learn Solar Beam either. Wow, they really messed up Liske's moveset if you ask me. Number 11. Arias can't learn Poison Fang. Arias can't learn Poison Fang. Why the hell not? I mean, look at the animation for Poison Fang. If you ask me, those look like they belong to Arias. It's a poison type, and there are non-poison types that can learn Poison Fang. I don't know. Maybe these aren't fangs on Arias. Maybe they're something else. Wait a minute. It gets Poison Fang in the TCG. Well then why not the games? Number 12. Yanmega and Garchomp can't learn Fly. Okay, forget Cytha not being able to learn Fly. It very rarely spreads its wings to fly. Cytha not being able to learn Fly is okay in my opinion. No, the bug type that should be able to learn Fly is Yanmega. This 6-legged Pokemon is easily capable of transporting an adult in flight. Well, not according to the games. Moving on to Garchomp, not only is this thing not able to bite, but despite saying that Garchomp flies at supersonic speeds, and is even shown to be flying in the anime, Garchomp can't learn Fly. There are Pikachus with the move Fly, but not Yanmega or Garchomp. Number 13. Stantler can't learn Horn Attack. The big horn Pokemon doesn't get Horn Attack. I don't care if it gets Mega Horn as an egg move. It makes more sense for Stantler to be able to get Horn Attack. Omanyte gets Horn Attack. But how? How could they have missed the Pokemon that's classed as the big horn Pokemon and not give it Horn Attack? Number 14. Roserade can't learn Vine Whip or Power Whip. According to Roserade's Pokédex entries, it uses hidden whips to down its opponent, but for whatever reason it can't learn any whip moves. Now some might argue that the reason why Roserade can't learn Vine Whip or Power Whip is because the whips that Roserade has are poisonous, and both Vine Whip and Power Whip aren't poison moves. Well, if Arias can bite the opponent without poisoning them, I definitely see Roserade doing the same thing with its hidden whips. Plus, if it does have these hidden whips, well then what's the point of them if they're never going to be used in battle? Number 15. Hawlucha can't learn Submission. Oh, come on. The wrestling Pokemon can't learn Submission. Now, aside from Flying Press, the other fighting moves that Hawlucha learns aren't really wrestling-based attacks. They're mainly moves involving hitting the opponent with a limb, like Karate Chop or High Jump Kick. Not really moves you'd expect from a Pokemon based on a Lucha Libre. Well, High Jump Kick maybe, but you get what I mean. Submission has the user grab the opponent and slam them to the ground, something you very commonly see in wrestling. So you would expect a wrestling Pokemon to be able to learn this move of all fighting moves. Number 16. Ninjask and Rapidash can't learn Extreme Speed. So Extreme Speed is a move that has the user charge out the foe at blinding high speeds. Obviously. Rapidash's dex entries go on about how it's able to gallop up to 150 miles per hour, and how it races as if it were an arrow. It can learn Quick Attack, but I'd also expect a Pokemon that has its speed shown off so much to be able to learn the extreme version of Quick Attack. Zygarde can learn Extreme Speed, and none of its Pokedex entries go on about its speed. Even its speed stat is lower than Rapidash's. When it comes to Ninjask, its dex entries go on about how it's so fast it becomes unseeable. In other words, it has blinding speed, and it is the second fastest Pokemon in the game. So yeah, if there are more Pokemon deserving to learn Extreme Speed, Ninjask and Rapidash would definitely be my picks. Number 17. Kyurem B can't learn Ice Punch. Now obviously the argument against this is that regular Kyurem can't learn Ice Punch, and doesn't really look like it could. But if Gastly can learn Ice Punch, if fricking Wooper can learn Ice Punch, then I wouldn't have any problem with Kyurem being able to learn Ice Punch. It at least has limbs to punch with. Not only that, but look at those fists on Kyurem B. They could have had it so Kyurem could only learn Ice Punch in its black form. Plus, Kyurem B being the more physical variant, needs a much better, more usable physical ice move. Number 18. Lucario can't learn Ironhead. There are so many Pokemon that can learn this Steel type move, and Lucario isn't one of them. Why not? Lucario gets other Steel type moves like Bullet Punch and Iron Tail. What's wrong with learning Ironhead? I feel like this is one of the few things that is wasting Lucario's Steel type. It doesn't really look like a Steel type, so at least give it a wide range of Steel type moves, especially a Steel type move that so many other Pokemon can get. Number 19. Way too many Pokemon can learn the move Toxic. And by way too many, I mean almost every Pokemon that learns TMs can learn Toxic. Seriously, 99% of all Pokemon can learn this move. Why? Why is the move that badly poisons the opponent a universal TM? The move that paralyzes the opponent isn't universal. The move that burns the opponent isn't universal. But the move that badly poisons the opponent, that just doesn't really make sense to me. And finally, number 20. Solrock and Lunatone can't Oh god. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. No! No! I am now starting to fear for anything else in Pokemon to do with the sun or the moon. Well, What? But it's a sun. It's a moon. But nope. I refuse to believe that a Pokemon based on the sun is unable to learn Morning Sun, and a Pokemon based on the moon is unable to learn Moonlight. No, come on. There has to be some sort of way to get these moves on these Pokemon. Oh, yes! Okay, there is a way to get a Solrock with Morning Sun and a Lunatone with Moonlight. According to Bulbapedia, they're only available in Gen 5 as a Dream World exclusive move. That's how you get them. Through the Dream World. Only in Gen 5. Not in any other gen. Not through leveling up, or Tutor Move, or even Egg Move. Only in Gen 5. And only through the Dream World.
What the
And there you guys finally have it. The third and possibly final video on even more Pokemon not being able to learn specific moves. Well, at least until the next games come out anyway. I really hope you enjoyed this one just as much, if not more than the previous move videos, and please if you like if you did. Subscribe for more Pokemon related videos in the future, and until next time, thank you so much for— Give me that f***ing letter!